Hey guys, I'm Nisha Homi. Today I'm sharing a high protein, fiber rich and nutrient dense instant breakfast recipe for weight loss and weight management. This instant gluten free and vegan breakfast recipe is perfect for those with health issues like thyroid, PCOS and diabetes. The high protein and fiber helps to keep you feel fuller for a longer time and thus helps in weight loss and weight management. This instant healthy breakfast is a popular South Indian recipe and can be enjoyed by the whole family. So let's get started with the recipe. Into a bowl, I am adding in 1/4 cup of horse gram, also known as mudira in Malayalam. Horse gram is one of the most protein-rich lentil found on the planet. It is high in iron, calcium and zinc. In fact, horse gram has the highest calcium content among pulses, is one of the richest vegetarian sources of protein. It is known as the super pulse of India. It helps to burn fat, protects you against kidney stones and gallbladder stones. It is also less expensive than other dals. It helps to keep you feel fuller, thus it helps in weight loss and fat burning. Next I'm adding in 1/4 cup green mung dal. Instead of green mung dal, you can also use yellow mung dal. I'm adding in 1/4 cup bengal gram, also known as kadala perippu in Malayalam. 1/4 cup masoor dal. And lastly 1/4 cup tur dal. I'm adding in some water. Wash and rinse it a couple of times or until the water runs clear. I'm going to allow it to soak for about 20 to 30 minutes. Those who have noticed digestive issues like bloating and gas when consuming dals, it would be ideal if you soak the dals for a longer time. Okay, now the dals are nicely soaked. Now the reason why you need to soak dals is because grains and dals contain phytic acid content, which is a nutrient inhibitor. So to release the phytates, you need to soak it. Soaking for longer time will be ideal for those who have noticed digestive issues. Now you can also soak this overnight if you prefer, like if you're planning to make this for breakfast, you can soak the dals overnight. And now I'm going to wash and rinse it a couple of times or until the water runs clear, and then I'll be adding it into my strainer. Okay, now I have washed and rinsed it thoroughly and I have kept it on my strainer. So I'm going to keep it for about 5 minutes, and at that time I will get the other ingredients ready. There are 5 different types of dals in this recipe, and that makes this a high protein recipe. You can use any variety of dals which is locally available in this recipe other than the one I'm using. So now I'm going to keep this aside and let's get the other ingredients ready. The other main ingredients I'm using are 1 medium-sized carrot which I have grated. Instead of carrots, you can use grated lauki, grated cucumber or even grated beetroot or even green leafy vegetable of your choice, but make sure it's finely chopped. A handful of coriander leaves finely chopped. 4 to 5 green chilies. This I'll be using to grind the dals. 1 green chili finely chopped. This I'll be adding it into the batter. 4 to 5 shallots. I prefer to use shallots in my recipes as they are a good source of iron and folate. However, if you don't have shallots at hand, you can use 1/4 of an onion instead. A small piece of ginger, 1 medium-sized onion finely chopped. Into my blender jar, I am adding in the soaked and rinsed dals. Into this, I am adding in the green chili. I am just breaking the green chili into 2 pieces and adding in. I am slicing the ginger into small pieces and adding in. 4 to 5 shallots. Pink Himalayan salt as needed. 3/4 teaspoon jeera, also known as cumin seeds. 1/2 teaspoon turmeric powder. Today I am using Vigon turmeric, which has high curcumin content. 1/4 teaspoon hing, also known as asafoetida. Today I am using homemade asafoetida powder. I have already shared how to make asafoetida powder at home. Please do check it out. 1/3 teaspoon whole black peppercorns. The addition of black peppercorns will help in better assimilation of the active ingredient in turmeric known as curcumin. So when you're using turmeric in your recipes, make sure you add in at least a fat pinch of black pepper to help with better assimilation of turmeric. I'm sprinkling in a little bit of water, maybe about 2 tablespoons, and I'm going to grind this to a fine paste. Okay, now it's nicely ground and I did not add any extra water. I'm transferring the blended dals into a bowl. Into it, I'm adding in 1 cup organic stone ground jowar atta, also known as sorghum. Jowar or sorghum is a highly nutritious millet. It is completely gluten free and it is easily available across India. And now with my hand, I'm blending the jowar atta into the dal mix. Since the dal is wet enough, there is no need to add much extra water. Sometimes you may need a sprinkle or 2 of extra water. Jowar is rich in fiber and the high fiber helps to keep you feel fuller for a longer time, and thus it helps in weight loss and weight management. And now it's roughly mixed and the batter is not easily spreadable. So I'll be adding in another couple of tablespoons of water so that it can be easily spread out. So I'm adding in 2 tablespoons water. I used room temperature water. The high phytochemical antioxidants in jowar helps to reduce inflammation in the body. Remember that each flour reacts differently to water. That is, each flour absorbs water differently. I'm using stone ground jowar atta. If your jowar atta is locally sourced or if you source it online, it may absorb water differently. So add water little by little as it is needed. Into this I'm adding in the grated carrot, chopped coriander leaves, chopped green chilies and chopped onion. And now I'm mixing all this really well. There will be some moisture in the vegetables which will release out once you start mixing. Another good thing about jowar is that it helps to manage blood sugar levels and aids in good digestion. Jowar is also a good source of protein and it's a powerhouse of essential vitamins, antioxidants, minerals. It is loaded with zinc, calcium, copper, phosphorus, potassium and B vitamins. Okay, now it's nicely mixed. So you need to make sure that you can spread the dough like this. So this is the consistency of the batter you should be looking at. You should be able to spread the dough like this. Another good thing about this dough is that you can make ahead this and store it in an airtight glass container and it will stay good in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. So if you are a working woman, this is a great idea to meal prep. And you can make instant high protein meal which is ideal for breakfast, lunch or dinner. So now let's start making the chilla. So this is wet cotton napkin. I just rinsed it in water and squeezed the water out. And I'm placing it onto the wooden cutting board. And I'm taking a handful of the dough and rolling the dough. And I'm placing it onto the wet cotton napkin and lightly flattening it out with my fingers. And now I'm dipping my fingers in water and spreading it out into a round circle. Dip your fingers in water so that it's easy to spread it out. Because it is a complex carb, jowar gets digested slowly. Hence ideal for those with health issues like diabetes, PCOS and thyroid. Once it is spread out, lightly run your fingers over the roti so that the top portion is nicely evened out. You can shape the sides with your fingers. Instead of a cotton wet cloth like the one I'm using, you can also do this process on an oiled banana leaf. And lastly, with wet fingers, make small holes like this. This will help in even cooking. I'm heating my cast iron tawa and I'm greasing it with gingerly oil. I'm using wood pressed gingerly oil, also known as til oil or sesame oil. Once the tawa is heated, reduce the flame to the lowest and place the napkin roti side down onto the hot tawa. And leave it for about 10 to 15 seconds and carefully peel the napkin. I am sprinkling in little bit of sesame seeds. This is entirely optional. Sesame seeds helps to balance your hormones and is also a good source of healthy fat. I am drizzling in little bit of wood pressed sesame oil in the holes and on the top and on the sides as well. Now on low flame, cover and let it cook. Do not shy away from using healthy fats like wood pressed oils instead of the wood pressed sesame oil which I am using in this recipe today. You can use any locally sourced wood pressed oils of your choice like wood pressed groundnut oil, mustard oil, coconut oil or even atta desi ghee. Today I am using wood pressed sesame oil. Sesame oil is also a good source of calcium. It also helps to balance your hormones. So let's make one more, and I'm just sprinkling some water on the napkin, placing a handful of the dough onto the napkin, and with wet fingers I'm lightly spreading it out into a round shape. It's a very easy and very simple recipe but highly nutritious and rich in fiber. And once it has been spread out, level the top with your fingers so that you can remove the finger markings and make a couple of holes in the center for even cooking. Open the lid, carefully flip it over. You can just lightly press the sesame seeds and flip it over. And allow that side to cook. Remember that healthy fats helps in better assimilation of fat soluble vitamins. So do not try to skip adding a good source of healthy fat. Flip it over, and once done, transfer to a plate. Place the next roti or chilla onto the hot cast iron tawa. Rest of the batter can be stored in the refrigerator in an airtight glass container. You can enjoy this high protein chilla or roti with any side dish or pickle of your choice. So guys, do try this healthy high protein chilla recipe and let me know how it turned out. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye bye.